Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy The Optimal, and welcome to episode 5 of The Bitter Truth. I think episode 5 makes this the longest series ever running on my channel, which in some ways is pretty sad that it's only 5 episodes long and it's already my longest series, but in a way it's cool because I finally reached a landmark. But today's episode is going to be on networking when it comes to YouTube. Everyone knows what a network is, no need to explain it. It's how many YouTubers make their money and how all the top people got as successful as they are, etc. Just before I start, however, I do want to state that I am not partnered with any networks or anything like that, so I have an unbiased opinion. The closest I ever got to a network was VTS Productions, where I posted a video on their channel once, and I don't even think it got uploaded, to be honest, but that's the closest I ever got to being networking with anyone, etc. So what are the good things about networks and network partnerships and things like this? Well, there's obviously quite a lot of advantages to it, but they're usually when you're a larger channel. However, they do help support smaller channels if you do manage to get into a good network. Let's say Freedom Network's one of the good ones from what I've seen recently. If you could get into the Yaush Academy, I don't even think does Yaush even exist anymore? I don't know, but if it does, then they did have that Yaush Academy where if you had a channel under 1,000 subscribers, you were brought into the Yaush Academy if you were accepted, and they helped you progress as a YouTube channel. You know, it can help smaller channels grow because these networks know big names and they can maybe even promote you, and it helps you work with these channels. It can even cause success to some degree, and it can cause I'm sure there's been many people on Machinima back in the day in 2010 where they had, let's say, 2k subs or something, so they were fairly small, and they joined Machinima and they got 20, 30k. It was something to be proud of. If you could join Machinima in 2010, I mean, Machinima was what everyone wanted to get on. There was a lot of people, and until recent times it's kind of gone downhill, but back in the day, if you got onto Machinima, you were a god on YouTube. Well, not really a god, but you know, you were really good on YouTube and you were well respected. So what are the bad things about networks? So I've said all these really good things and how it does actually help your YouTube channel. Why aren't they so good? Well, there's too many of them to start with. I mean, too much of everything can cause it to be boring and cause it to be bad. And if you can get onto Machinima now, it really isn't that big of a big deal, because I mean, half the world's on Machinima by now. Smaller networks are usually the only ones that smaller channels can get onto. I mean, I've been asked by a few networks if I wanted to join. I'm not going to name names simply because I'm not part of them. I'm not trying to shout them out and I'm not trying to call them out, you know. I'm just simply saying that a few networks have asked me if I want to join their network, and I've turned them down right now simply because I don't really see the point in me being a part of a network just yet. I may change my mind if I find a network that I personally think is good enough, not good enough for me, but good enough for my channel, and think that maybe it would be the best thing for my channel. But until then, I'm not going to, and I don't suggest anyone does until they do the same as well. But smaller networks are pretty much the only thing you can do, and it really is pointless a smaller channel joining a smaller network, because at the end of the day, the only reason why people join networks is for their channel to get more successful, for them to communicate with people with the same sort of standard of videos, but most of all because they supply you with money and you can eventually earn a living off YouTube and not have to get a normal working job. That's why people at the end of the day join a network. Smaller networks are only going to be able to get smaller people in, because they're not going to be able to bring in people like Nadeshot, let's say, because they're already part of a bigger network that's giving them enough money to live. And if a network's just started out by someone my age, they're not going to have the money to pay Nadeshot, or they will, but they'll be bankrupt soon. And you know, there's no point joining a smaller network if you're a smaller channel, simply because it really is pointless. And I don't know how many times I can say that, but it really is pointless. People can use networking channels and community channels such as VTS Productions, etc., to gain more subs. I mean, if you say, oh yeah, we're a network channel, we let people from 50 subs plus into our network, you're going to get every YouTube channel under the sun that has less than 100 subs or less than 500 subs even coming to your network saying, can I join? This means that if you're the director, you can say, oh, make sure you go subscribe to my channel, and they're all going to, because they want to get on your good side, because they want to get on the network. And next thing you know, your channel's gone from 400 subs to 3,000 subs, and people do use it to their advantage. People use community channels all the time, because they always are like, to get on to upload a video to my community channel, you first have to subscribe to my solo channel, and it's so stupid in my opinion, and it's wrong that pretty much anyone can make 10,000 subscribers these days simply by making a YouTube channel, sorry. And it pretty much works the same way as Shout Out Sundays. The major problem though with networks is lock-in contracts. If you get into a good network, let's say Fullscreen is a prime example of this. Back in the day, not really now, Fullscreen are much more, I think they're pretty much Yoush now, I think they kind of like bought each other out or something, but Fullscreen back in the day would force you into a lock-in contract, just like 90% of the contracts for YouTube networks out there do. They would force you into a lock-in contract, and they would force you to do certain amount of uploads for a certain amount of times. Let's say you'd have to do 3 uploads a week, which is what I do, but they'd have to be all on Call of Duty. This is wrong, because if you don't want to do that, if this isn't what your channel is, you have to do it, because that is what your network's all about, or your channel's all about now, because the network is forcing you. And it's almost like a dictatorship on your channel, and it's just so wrong, because I see my channel as a way of me being able to express myself to people out there. I don't care if 1 person or 1 million people watch my videos, I really don't. So long as I can reach out to people and express myself the way I want to, I'm fine with that, you know. This is my YouTube channel, and I want it to remain my YouTube channel, not Fullscreen's channel, or Machinima's channel, or Yoush's channel. I want it to be my channel, sponsored by or partnered with this. And the fact that they used to do that is so wrong and unfair, and it caused so many people wanting to leave, but they can't because they're in this lock-in contract for, let's say, for a year, so they have to stay in this chat and stop being themselves and being this other person just to make money. And at the end of the day, is it really worth it? So that's all I have to talk about on this subject. It was a slightly shorter, I want to say slightly shorter than usual. I do apologise for that. This series is actually coming towards an end. I'm going to be doing 1 or 2 more. It doesn't mean the end altogether. Basically, I'll just be freezing it till September, because really I don't want my channel to be a one-hit wonder, if you will. I don't want it just to be The Bitter Truth, where this guy rants about stuff to do with gaming. I want it to be more than that. I want this series to still be part of my channel, but I also want other people to come and see my channel for the other side of me, the one that doesn't just rant about stuff and explain things. I want them to see the funny side of me, and also my reactions to playing games live, which is why I'm going to be doing a lot more live commentaries on Battlefield, because people actually enjoyed that video. I'm going to be doing more Gmod, possibly. I might actually start doing that. I'm also going to try and do more streaming. I'm going to try and do a PlayStation 4 stream on Saturday on Twitch, so look out for that. Anyway guys, I'll see you in my next video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm signing out. Peace.